basically the history of my company is I started 25 years ago, just moving to Milwaukee. I relocated and needed to set up a business because at the time there wasn't a lot of work in the Milwaukee area. There were like 85 guys sitting on layoff, and I wound up deciding, guess what, we have a new contractor. And it worked out real well, simply from the standpoint that all I did was start with just the small community newspapers, put my ads in there, and I developed a good quality following just through that, and wound up with the customers simply dealing with them on that basis of taking care of them first. They continually referred and just kept me going in that direction, particularly in this last probably 3 years with the economy. It's been extremely powerful, and every time before I work with a customer, I try and explain to them how I like to set up my business or how I work for them. And my strongest philosophy is, it doesn't matter if I'm doing $100 worth of work or if I'm doing $1 million worth of work. If I walk out that door and you're not happy about something, I failed. It doesn't matter how much money you make on it, because if they aren't happy with you when you walk out, you're never going to get a referral, you're never going to get more work coming. Before I leave my customers, when I finish my projects, I always ask them, are you satisfied? Is there a problem? Oh yeah, no, it's fine, it's great, you know, okay, good. Here's some of my cards, please take them, give them to your family, give them to your friends, give them to your coworkers. I try and keep that business building simply with that. As far as the type of work that I do primarily residential work. I take care of mom and pop with just a little light switch on the wall or whatever. Doesn't matter, or an outlet's not working. I had one of the TV anchors call me, and Mark, half my house went out. And, yeah, okay, well, talk to me about it. You know, well, it's just my garage, my bathroom. Just talking with the customer over the phone, trying to reason through what the problem was. I said, you have a freezer in your garage, don't you? He went, how in the name of creation do you know that? I said, well, look behind your freezer. You'll probably see an outlet out there with a test and a reset button. Go try and push that reset button. Bang! Lights come back on and everything's fine. That's simply from a history of working with houses and construction process. Simply that you learn it just by working with it and seeing how things are framed out, how they built it, particularly houses in different ages. You have to work with your electrical work and understand the houses. Some people have real problems with these old houses. Oh, that's gorgeous, I love it. It's really cute. Oh, it's wonderful. But old houses built 1920s, 1930s, anything before that, you look at these historic buildings built in the 1880s, they're built with knob and tube. And those are the people that I generally get a call from, because hubby went up and tried to change a light fixture. I can change this light fixture or a ceiling fan or whatever. They go up there and they get blasted off a ladder. In today's wiring, we have to, when you turn the wall switch off, power goes off. In the early years of electrical work, the power does not get turned off. All they do is turn off the neutral wire, which is simply your grounding, and it does not turn off the hot power at that light fixture. So they're up there playing with live hot wires, not knowing it. You think you're safe, you're not. That's where people will call me. I do a lot of variety of work on old houses. I'll also do things like generator backup systems. People have trouble with flooding. I've got one particular customer in Mequon. He called me simply because he flooded like 3 years in a row. Finally he said, forget it, Mark. He said, I need something that I can go anywhere, anytime, not have to worry about it. So we did a generator backup system that automatically works, takes care of, in his case, he wanted a little more of the house done. You can get smaller system or larger ones. I'll do remodels and build outs. A good referral for me would be somebody like a real estate person or a remodeler. Mike McNichols has helped me with a couple of little projects. He gets into something where it's a little uglier than you want to deal with. Just some little homework that is done or done by friends, or a buddy comes over and helps you, and they think they're real qualified, and actually in the process of doing their work, there's no way you'd ever pass an inspection. If you're ever trying to sell your house, you're trying to move, you have troubles with stuff like that, it's generally because of the handiwork, where the details of the codes that you're going to need to be able to work with is going to create nightmares for people. And they're standing there trying to sell their house, and all of a sudden they have a bunch of things that have to be cleaned up. I can do it, I do it reasonably, and I do it fairly, trying to work with my customers. I I don't try and go in there and go crazy. We'll explain to them, this is okay, this is fairly safe, and you have to just be practical with the amount of work that you're trying to do. Don't try and do things that are gonna, create those code problems for you that stop you from selling your house, especially a parent or something. The other thing that you might consider is, when you're trying to hire people, hire them so that it gets done right that first time. Because you don't want to have to redo it over. I don't want to spend their money. When I go in there, I'm not trying to spend your money. I'll do what I need to do. I won't take care of every little nook and cranny if it doesn't need to be done. And with simply that honesty and straightforwardness, it helps a lot of customers and it reassures them. And I also explained that I am a state licensed master electrician. I am an electrical contractor that's licensed. You have to have a separate contractor license with the state of Wisconsin. You can't just be a master. You have to have that contractor license also. And I'm also a commercial inspector for electrical work. So with that type of a broad basis, it just gives people a certain sense of comfort, and I just treat them like I want to be treated myself. And that part helps a lot in the sense that when I'm working with them, I'll simply tell them, when we're doing this particular work, and it's only me, I'm a one-man shop. I do not have other employees. I had a time period, and I decided for myself, it's better to stay small. I can control my schedule that way, and it works smoothly, and I can always keep straightforward with my customers about the timing and the schedule. There's no question, well, a guy doesn't show up for a job. No. It's just me that you get when you get somebody to come work for you. Any questions? Anything that I can help you with? Okay, good. Thank you very much.